Giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakak double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutation to you, Akim, out here pushing the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the Lord's elect. Akim Akra, scattered Israelites and Israelite foreigners. I brought this out. This video is edifying. All right, so we're getting into the day, the enigma, which is the Heavenly Father. All right. An enigma is basically something that isn't easily understood or hard to break. There's a movie called The Imitation Game, and it studies this machine called the Enigma that the Germans created to broadcast their next moves across the airwaves. And it was a decipher machine. It was an encoding machine, encrypting machine, so that only if you had the answers to this machine on how to set it the right way could you understand what the encrypted code was, which was the next move of the Germans. And so once the UK was able to understand this device, they encrypted these words, and now they were able to dictate or know what the Germans' next move was, which helped to win the war. Obviously, it all came down to this device that they used mathematicians like Alan Turing, who the movie's about, to be able to study and encrypt this device or decode this device so that they can get this information. Well, once you get that information, once the device is decoded, then you're able to fully understand the ways of the Heavenly Father. I'm translating that to the scriptures. Once the scriptures is understood, which is an enigma because the average person stumbles at this word. But once it's understood to the extent in which the Heavenly Father desires his elect to understand it, then we can know his moves and his ways. Other than that, you just don't know the mysterious plans and ways of the Heavenly Father, and you're left to your own ways and walking in your own worldly wisdom, which obviously falls short and falls flat when it comes to the Heavenly Father's plans. So we're going to get into it, a little bit of the Heavenly Father and how he operates. Revelations 15:3 says, "And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints." So we know about the Heavenly Father's ways, which we've been singing songs towards the Heavenly Father for generations. All right, and generations to come will be singing these songs towards the Lord, that he is almighty, right, which means all powerful. He's just, which means he works and operates in truly justice system, the true definition of that. He weighs things equally on the balances and scales. He discerns thoughts and ideas, intents of heart, and his ways are pure. It says, "And true, and are thy ways." So the ways of the Heavenly Father is what we're dealing with here. And when we get into the interlinear, drop down to that word "ways," it gives us a better understanding of the Heavenly Father. What's his ways? What do we mean? Hodos in the Greek. A way, traveled road. It's a metaphor, a course of conduct, a way, i.e. manner of thinking, feeling, deciding. So the Heavenly Father thinks. All right, he has a way in which he does things. That's why we believe in a higher power, creator. His mind governing this world, and things not necessarily making sense to the average person in their thought process doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense on a broader scale to the Heavenly Father in his way of thinking. His, as it says here, modes and means of thinking, in ways in which he orchestrates things in world events, and so to speak. So let's jump down exactly to what it means in Revelations 15:3. And it says, it gives us a little discussion on ways. It says, "In all purposes," I'm reading from right here, "in all purposes and actions." It says the method in which, we'll read on, hold on. It says, "Those who are said to walk in their own ways, so you can walk in your own ways, which it says is a perverse one. So that's not the way you want to walk, in your own way. And then it goes on to say the purposes and ordinance of Yahweh, his ways of dealing with men. And it gives a few precepts. Acts 13:10. It said, "O full of all subtlety and all mischief, thou child of the devil, thou enemy of all righteousness, wilt thou not cease to pervert the ways of the Lord?" And so that's where we get the idea of righteous and the wicked. The wicked are going to perverse the ways of the Lord. To perverse means they're trying to change the course of, or change, or destroy, or disrupt the ways of the Lord. But the righteous concede to the ways of the Lord, and the righteous basically subject their own thoughts to the ways and the ideas of the world, of the Lord, meaning that we know the thoughts and intents of the Most High, because He's given it to us. So it says, let's see, Hosea 14:9, who is wise? And he shall understand these things, prudent, and he shall know them. For the ways of the Lord are right, and the just walk in them, but the transgressors shall fall therein. This is the idea here, that everybody can't walk in the ways of the Lord. Many stumble at the ways of the Lord. And the idea of a way is a walk, a journey, a path. And if you're walking down this path and you keep tripping and falling, you're going to say, well, I need a different path. I don't like this path no more. There's too much rocks here. But the ways of the elect, are the same path, except we don't fall at those rocks. We see them, hop over them, and go the other way. Or we see that water, or that ditch, or that pit, or that slippery slope, and go around it. And we're still on that path. It's still a troublesome path, still a rocky path. But the prudent foreceive the evil and hide of themselves. We know how to get around. The Lord doesn't cause his elect to stumble at those things that he calls transgressors to. So he puts the difference between men. It also has Psalms 94:10. He chasteneth the heathen. He that chasteneth the heathen, shall he not correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall he not know? So these are all scriptures that basically give you the insight of the Most High's ways that we follow. 40 Psalms 95:10. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. So knowing the Heavenly Father ways is very important, man. Psalms 145:17. The Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. So you can't condemn the Heavenly Father if you don't understand his ways, that you're tripping and falling because he put stumbling blocks in front of you. Let's get a web search of Sirach 39:24. It says, his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. And this is what we understand now. Why so many people can't get this word. It's because it's a stumbling block unto them. That same path that are plain path. Meaning we don't get tripped up over these things, over his ways. But they do, because they're part of the wicked. Tobit 3:2. Let's check that out in the UCCB. It says, you are righteous, Lord, and all your deeds are just. All your ways are mercy and fidelity, which is loyalty, which is faith. It says, you are the judge of the world. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So let's go back. Down here it says, the course of thought, feeling, action prescribed and approved by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So even the ways in which we think that are approved of him, he shows us. All right. Matthew 22:16. And they sent out unto their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of Yahweh in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, but thou regardest not the person of men. So you're not worried about what men think. You're worried about what is approved by the Heavenly Father, because you know his ways are higher than our ways. So let's get that too. It's Romans 11:33. Oh, the depths of the riches, both of wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, which means it's rich, which means it's able to enrich your life, which means these are similar to rubies, gems, diamonds. All right, that's why they say drop a jewel on somebody. You know, wisdom is a jewel in itself. If you can comprehend it, if you can grasp it, it's a jewel for the mind. It says, how unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. Again, it's an enigma, something that's not easily to be understood. It's like still a mystery to many. And, you know, some people throw down the mystery. Not everybody's into crossword puzzles, and not everybody has a mind to be able to try to decode mysteries. Some people just let it go where it is. That's why it's unsearchable past finding out, because many people just can't get it. It's not for them, right? How impossible it is for us to understand his decisions and ways. So the Most High basically has to reveal this to you, all right? And he does that because his ways are higher. He's just. How is he able to give a lost people information to have them found again? How is he able to break down the strongholds that Esau Edom had over our mind for all of these years, calling us, you know, African Americans and black, not knowing our true biblical identity? And here we are in 2024 reciting the words of the Lord as if, you know, as if we truly believe we are those people, which we do. All right. The enemy didn't see that coming. Only it's where we can now see is written that, and it's prophesied that we would have this in these last days. Do we understand now the magnitude of the Lord and his ways? So that's all a part of it. You know, that's all a part of this journey, this path being revealed, things being revealed to you that the masses just don't, people that can't walk that path would never be able to see, because they stumbled. They didn't follow through on the path. They didn't carry out to the end, so they don't get the reward that's at the end of the path. Habakkuk 3:6 says, he stood and measured the earth and beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. So even in the NLT, he's the eternal one. What is he doing? He's causing nations to fall. See, nations tremble and mountains are shattered, everlasting mountains. You know, we understand that mountains and hills is references to larger and smaller governments. And if you see a mountain, let's say that's you taking it literally, a mountain shattering and falling, you've never seen that, right? You've never seen that. That's every day you walk outside, that same hill and mountain is still there. So the idea that you can take down a mountain is rare. All right, it's just for many unbelievable. But the Heavenly Father used this as a metaphor to say, I'll take down kingdoms that seem unshakable and unmovable because I'm just. So this is how we understand that we are almost at the end. It doesn't matter how long America's here, how much army and force it has, it's still going to be moved out of the way for the kingdom of heaven to be set up. Lastly, Isaiah 55:8. My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. So again, understanding the ways of the Heavenly Father is key here, as opposed to your own ways. All right, that word ways says Darak. All right, almost that's probably where you get the name Derek from. Ways. Way, road, distance, road, journey, direction, manner. So your thought is basically a direction. Your thoughts, your inner mind is basically a way, but it's the figurative of a course of life or moral character. Your course, a course is a way as well, right? The clouds have a course. The earth rotates, it has a course. The sun, stars, and the moon have courses, right? And they go along. So it says, Derek, a road as trod, and figuratively a course or mode of action, often adverb, All right, conversation, journey, right? So we're on this path that the Heavenly Father has set up. All right, going henceforth a journey. All right, I'm just briefly going through a way, a path. All right. The way of anyone is the way in which anyone is accustomed to go. There's a royal way, the public way, the military way. So this is a general course of action, a way, a mode, a course in which someone follows. You see, so the Heavenly Father has his own way, course, in which we were commissioned to follow as his believers. Let's go down to Isaiah 55 and see if we can get some context. All right. See what it says here. Figurative course of action, undertakings, right? So the undertakings, the course of action of the Heavenly Father. All right. And it also has, bear with me on this. Let's check this out real quick. Moral administration. Okay. Okay, so the moral administration of the Heavenly Father. A moral administration, right? The way in which he's considered just is because he has a moral way of doing things, right? Yep. Moral action and character. So there you have it. The morality of the Heavenly Father is known through his word. In Psalms 18 and 30, as for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. So this is our faith, that the way in which the Lord has opened up our minds to be able to understand him in his way, in his course of action, in his morals, in his authority, in his administration, supersedes our own course of life. So now we can get on course. We can cease from this idea that we have our own way and we need to follow our own path and carve out our own lane, and then we can ditch that idea and get on board with the Heavenly Father's way and walk in his way and believe in his way and let his light be a guide unto us for that way. You know, all being that we stay on course, we can receive that reward, which is a crown of righteousness at the end, with eternal rulership in the kingdom of heaven, and ruling with Yahweh Shai. We have these new bodies, immortality, rulership and dominion in the planet Earth and galaxy abroad, right? Which is going into other topics of what the kingdom of heaven will be like. So this is the course that leadeth to the kingdom. I brought this out of this video. Was that a fun? Till next time, shalom.